Hello, and welcome to our guide for all you dog owners out there in Santa Monica. If you're trying to find the perfect professional to help you and your pup get around this amazing, but sometimes hectic city, then you are definitely in the right place. We're going to cover everything you need to know to make a really confident choice. And isn't that the truth? I mean, it really is a skill. Living in Santa Monica is wonderful, but it definitely has its own set of challenges, From all the people on the sidewalks of Montana Avenue to joggers popping up on the bike trail. The right training is what makes all of that go from stressful to just a normal, pleasant part of your day. Okay, so where do you even begin? Well, the very first thing to do is get a handle on the two big choices you'll need to make: what training philosophy you're comfortable with, and which training format is going to fit your dog's personality and your goals. So positive reinforcement is just fantastic for city life. It helps you build a dog that wants to work with you, which is exactly what you need when, say, a skateboarder zips past you out of nowhere. This whole method is about building a foundation of trust, which leads to behavior you can really count on. So how do you pick? Honestly, just look at your dog. If they're pretty confident and you're just looking to sharpen up basic manners around other people and dogs, group classes can be perfect. But if you're tackling something specific, like your dog gets really worked up on the leash, or if they just get overwhelmed easily, then the focused one-on-one attention from private lessons is probably a much better investment. All right, once you've got a general idea of the method and the format you're looking for, it's time to find the right person for the job. And that means you've got to look past the pretty websites and really figure out what makes a trainer truly qualified to help you and your dog. I know, these letters can kind of look like alphabet soup, right? But they're a really good sign of a trainer's commitment. Something like a CPDT-KA tells you the trainer has actually passed a real test on modern, humane training techniques. And if you're dealing with tougher issues like serious fear or reactivity, looking for a certification like CBCC-KA means you're getting someone with specialized expertise. This right here is probably the most important thing to remember. Good, effective training today should never, ever involve things like yanking, shocking, or intentionally scaring your dog. Those old-school methods aren't just unkind, they often make things worse by creating new problems like anxiety and even aggression. Okay, let's talk about the financial side of training. Getting professional help is an investment, for sure, and prices in Santa Monica are going to reflect that it's a more expensive place to live and work. Knowing the typical costs ahead of time just helps you plan everything out. This chart gives you a pretty solid idea of what to expect. A set of group classes is usually the most budget-friendly way to start. Private lessons are priced by the session, though buying a package deal can often save you some money. And then you have board and train programs, which are a really significant commitment, usually for more intensive, specialized training needs. Okay, so you've done your research and found a couple of trainers you like. Now it's time for the consultation. And if you go in with the right questions, you can turn what might be a simple phone call into a really powerful interview that tells you everything you need to know. This question cuts right to the chase. You're looking for an answer that shows they get the unique distractions of living in Santa Monica. Their training plan for your dog should sound a lot different than a plan for a dog living out in a quiet suburb. Here's the thing, you need a trainer who gets you and your goals. It's not just about teaching a dog to sit in a quiet room. You need a dog who can handle your actual life. A really great trainer is going to ask you a ton of questions about your daily routine and challenges so they can build a plan that actually works for you. A good trainer doesn't just make it up as they go along. They should have a clear plan. They should be able to tell you what success looks like at every step of the way and how you're going to build up from practicing in your living room to calmly navigating the awesome chaos of the local farmers market. Working with a great trainer is also about becoming a more responsible dog owner. So let's just quickly go over a few of the key local rules that are all part of being a good neighbor here in Santa Monica. Let's start with a really simple but totally non-negotiable one, the leash law. Unless you are in a clearly marked off-leash area, your dog needs to be on a leash that's no longer than 6 feet. That goes for all sidewalks, parks, and beaches. It's just for everyone's safety. And besides the leash law, just keep these 3 things in mind. Your dog has to have their rabies vaccination and be licensed with LA County. And that noise ordinance is a big one for us here, especially in apartments. Good training to help with barking is really a kindness to all your neighbors. And now, we get to the best part. All this hard work, the research, the money, the practice, it's all leading to this, a life where you can actually enjoy this incredible city even more, with your best friend right there with you. Think of these local spots as more than just parks. They're like your training roadmap. You can start by working on those leash skills along the beautiful cliffs at Palisades Park, then practice a calm settle at the farmer's market, and eventually you'll be able to enjoy that off-leash freedom at the North Beach Dog Zone. Every spot is a new classroom. At the end of the day, picking the right trainer just sets you up for a much more relaxed and fun life with your dog. Just imagine it, strolling confidently down the sidewalk, enjoying a coffee at an outdoor cafe without any stress, and having friends over knowing your dog will be a polite, happy host. We wish you the very best of luck in finding that perfect partner for your training journey.